Started mean to go on.
Yeah. 1 out of 10 times you fluke it. It's all right. This podcast may contain questionable language, will contain spoilers, and is rearing its ugly little head once again.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode, I think it's 269, but I'm not quite sure. I'm getting a bit of deja vu, Steve.
I'm in it hot though, Marc.
So
in it hot though.
It's a little bit warm.
Got the door open and everything.
Yeah, so there's going to be some weird noises coming from
That's Frank the
outside
pigeon, in case you can hear that.
Is it?
He's my adopted pigeon, yeah.
Is he taunting you?
No, he's my friend now.
Oh, is he?
He's a family pet now. I
Is he?
feed him every day.
Is it?
Get a little handful of seed for him, put it down, special.
Have you had to move on to pigeons because you've killed more budgies?
Yeah.
What's the budgie count?
I'm keeping the pigeons alive. I mean, it might be the same one.
You're going to trap him?
They're grey, aren't they? I just assume it's the same one every time.
He's going to come around, he's going to be in that cage. He's fucking stuck there, yeah.
Just throw some seed at him.
Prisoner of war.
Yeah, he's my best bud now. Gone from arch nemesis to best bud.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Have you killed any more budgies?
No more. I've not having told you. I'm not having any more else budgies.
Right.
Not.
Yeah, no, but even if you put them outside, I bet you kill them.
Well, we'll find out soon. Avery is nearly there. Final parts of the build to go and do the electrics.
What, like the gas chamber, the corner?
And
Death cam fitters.
yeah, it's this little not Alcatraz. I'm not going to say the other one.
No,
we don't want too much controversy.
No, it's not a nice reference.
No.
But, you know, just like a death cage.
Yeah. No, they should be all right, I would have thought.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about keeping budgies.
Well, I
find it really weird.
I fed it, I watered it and everything. I don't know what else you do with them. Not like you take them out for a massage or anything and make sure it ate, it drank, and then it died. I don't know what I did wrong.
Never mind. I'm sure you'll find out when you do it to the rest of them.
Yeah.
So have you been?
I've been all right, mate. Been all right. It's difficult doing all this how you been shit, and when it's been so long. I can't remember what's happened. I went shark diving.
Yeah, I saw that.
Didn't die. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Didn't die.
Yeah. I mean, were they eat ones that would eat you? Or? I doubt it. I doubt they let the members of the public in there.
I don't think any sharks truly eat people unless they're mistaken.
No, but it wasn't like a great white, was it? You know what I mean?
Not in captivity, mate. Don't be stupid.
That's what I'm saying. But they ain't got one that's going to fucking have your arm off.
Black tip reef ones.
Right, they're fucking nothing.
Flicking around. The zebra one and a nurse one.
Right.
But, you know, it's good, wasn't it?
Yeah, if you say so, yeah.
Yeah, went goat yoga. Didn't die. That was good.
I bet you stunk, though, afterwards.
No, one cuddled up next to me.
Why not do the old puppy yoga? Surely that's better. You know, it is a bit better in it doing puppy yoga because they are cuter.
I love
smelly.
the way they farm puppies for these things where they go, oh, yeah, bring your puppies along for this yoga thing. They go, we don't want them puppies anymore. Stamp on them. And then they get a fresh batch in.
I don't think they stamp on them.
Well, it's a bit of a novelty thing for me. These goats, mate, they just keep them there all the time. They are for the yoga. They got a life there. They get looked after. Don't get discarded when they're deemed too old to partake.
But I mean, partake. What do you mean by partake? They don't come and lay on you like the puppies, do they? Just sort of come and stand.
It did. More affectionate than I gave them credit for. Goats didn't even have no food, and it come up for head scratch, laid next to me, went asleep. Fucking weird.
Probably found you boring.
Parsnip, it was called.
Was it?
I was quite excited to feed parsnips because I took some parsnips with me.
Did you? Was it awkward? It looked a bit awkward in the photos.
No, it was lovely.
You sure?
Yeah, lovely.
Okay.
It was lovely till they tried to piss on the mats.
Right.
But you sort of shoo them off.
Not your mat, though.
No,
that's all right. Let them piss.
Yeah.
Let them piss. Let them do it, mate. Encourage it.
Went to Robbie Williams at Hyde Park. Didn't die there either.
Is that the one where Gill came home in a bit of a mess?
Yeah. I don't remember her being in that much of a mess.
Did you?
No.
Oh, she done a bit of a puking up there on the train.
Did she?
Yeah, did you know?
No, that weren't the one she puked on the direct train because this is the one where we found ourselves on the train.
Oh, no, you went to Robbie, didn't you? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sorry. No, it's week after. Week after Kylie had to scrape her off the sofa.
Got a bit messy.
Apparently so.
Did she puke on the train?
I think so, yeah. Outside the toilets, there was someone in it.
Oh,
and then just sort of walked off.
Oh,
I think.
Gill.
Onto him a bit, which is good.
I wonder if it was the blue stuff she was necking. Because she was necking this blue stuff, her tongue was bright blue, and I'm like, that can't be good for you.
I don't know. But yeah, I put her on the sofa, and when we got home, scraped her off her at about 4 o'clock in the morning when I got up on Sunday. Yeah, she went in a great thing, but that's good for her. Good for her.
Nasty. Anyway, 18 more work get-ups to go, mate. That's all I got. Then I'm off.
And
going on the bins.
Yeah, no, it's only a stopgap, isn't it?
Yeah, going on the bins.
Going on the bin lorry. A stopgap.
No.
That's all right, isn't it? Till something better comes along. Good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Got to get out of it, and you've got to get out of it, making sure all them bins are nicely emptied.
Yeah. Good, because no one else is doing it at the moment, so that's good. Get yourself on there. Yeah. I don't think you'll make it any better, but you give it a good fucking go, mate, while you can.
Thanks.
No worries.
How about yourself, mate?
I'm all right. Got work expansion going on at the moment, so you know.
Is it finally happening? You're actually going to get some more staff and shit.
Yeah. It's all been happening, mate. All been happening. But just to think, right? So I supply bananas into one of the major supermarkets. Just to think, right? From the end of August, 100% of the bananas for that supermarket are coming through me. So there's 100% chance. It'd be like a Russian roulette as to whether I fingered that banana before it gets to you. That's good to know, isn't it? Eh? Just I'm not going to say which supermarket, so no one's ever sure whether
we're carrying on this episode because I'm assuming everyone's turned off. I mean, of dull things, mate. I mean, I'll come up with some shit.
Oh dear.
100% of bananas.
It's not dull, mate. It's not dull.
Is it not?
No, sometimes we find some really big ones and someone will go, "Oh, wouldn't want that up here, would you?" You know what I mean? That sort of banter for
I think what I might do is go around every supermarket as from August, buy a banana and complain about all of them. Because I know one of them is coming back to you.
Yeah, so I mean, other people do. Who gives a fuck, really? You know what I mean?
But this banana smells like it's been up somewhere.
Smells like the inside of my mate Steve. Not that I know, of course. But oh dear, but yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Banana roulette. Russian roulette. How about that? Gill's got a new job. Congratulations.
Hey,
she starts that.
Always has a new job.
No, she just flits from one to one.
Same company still.
Yeah. You know, they can't get rid of her. Get rid of her. But that's good for her, isn't it? So
well, I imagine it is. Yeah.
Yeah, good. We've got a meal out or something coming up soon, haven't we?
Huh?
We've got to go out, haven't we? Is that next weekend?
Huh?
Well, I think we're out next weekend. Do you not know? Me and you and them.
Are we?
I think so.
I
think so. On Sunday, yeah.
On a Sunday?
Yeah, I think we'll go out for dinner. Do you not know? I think it's next week.
Does this face look like a face that knew? Really? Where are we going?
Like a really nice pub that does Sunday roast. It's the best Sunday roast I've ever had. Well, then you fuck then, ain't you? So they do burgers.
I'll have to have a burger.
Not roast and that or stuff.
I don't like roast.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't. It wasn't
27-degree summer day. I can think of nothing better than a good old English roast.
I think that there was a choice between a Saturday and Sunday, but I don't know what happened. I don't know how they've decided on a Sunday. I don't know, Mark.
Right.
I thought you knew.
No,
that's a good surprise to give you.
But I mean, she's going to say, I told you. And then I'm going to say, did you? And then she's going to go, yeah. And then tell me how long ago it was. And I was like, yeah, that ain't never staying in, is it?
We try and get out of it.
We live week to week, mate. On a Saturday, she fills in the little diary, got them little whiteboard things on the fridge. So on a Saturday, she fills it in on what I'm doing for the week.
Oh, that's good.
I'll just look at that.
Well, have a look at that then on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's bound to say out for a meal. Yeah. But yeah, we can cancel it. I don't give a fuck. Because you got the dog soon, haven't you?
Yeah, I know that one. That's something like a Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Saturday. Saturday, yeah. I know that one.
They're being right little pricks at the minute.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I've got a cage at the top. They'll find themselves in it.
I hope they don't put nothing in it before they come.
No.
Fucking that little one, mate. He hedgehogs around at the moment.
Right.
He jumps up. As soon as he wakes up at night, he knows there's hedgehogs in the garden. So he run downstairs, start barking at 2 o'clock in the morning. So then I have to go down, lock him out in the kitchen, go out, go round the garden, check there's no hedgehogs in there, come back in, let him out so he can go and have a look.
What do you do if you find hedgehog?
Oh, he finds them and then he growls and then I have to grab him and then they all bite me and that. It's fun.
Oh, I can't wait.
Fun, man.
Sounds like it's going to be fun.
Well, you ain't having him overnight, so you should be all right.
Are we not? Just day, is it?
Yeah, just a day.
Yeah.
Picking him up in the evening. Or
We don't mind having him all night, mate. If you wanted to stay there all night.
Fucking best of luck with that, mate.
If you want to have a late one.
He's a fucking cock, I tell you. Nothing like the other one. But there you go. All right. I've actually got to stop. Yeah, I've got you some stuff.
Oh, you've got to beat the metal frog thing. I mean, that is.
There's no reason. I just forgot. It's like a plethora of stuff.
Oh, Christ,
you might
there
like.
is.
Huh.
It's a pocket frog. Now, I like that more than I should do. Here's a little pocket frog. Oh, here's a little pocket hug. Keep it close or warm and snug. So even when I can't be there, hold this tight and know I care.
There you go.
That's actually really
nice,
cute,
isn't it? Hey, that's nice.
And then Bonnie Scotland with a half-naked Scottish man.
That's nice.
That's lovely.
That's nice on
Is
the
that
coaster.
Great Dane next to him?
I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't look that far.
Right, I've just worked out where this lot's come. My Christ, there's fucking loads of shit in
Yeah,
here.
yeah, I bought you some stuff.
What is this?
Not all from holiday.
Oh, a frog thing.
Keep your keys in it.
Key keeper.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Who would have thought I needed a key keeper? That's amazing.
Good, isn't it?
I'm going to have to fight Immy for this lot, 'cause she's a frog freak as
Is
well.
she?
Yeah, she loves a frog.
All right, nice.
That's nice. That's proper quality, that.
That's good, isn't it?
That's not cheap, that.
That's good. It's good. Oh, the rest is cheap.
Here we go, more frogs. And I've got Man I Love.
Is it frogs?
Frogs.
All right.
Man I Love Frogs. I'm so glad it said frogs at the bottom. I thought that was to the man I love. Got a little bit scared then. I was like, okay, Man I Love Frogs.
Yeah.
Cool.
Doing well
Thanks.
there. Yeah.
And
Hey, no problem. Hey, hey, hey.
that might be the best thing I've
That's
ever
good, isn't
owned.
it? It's good, isn't it? Hey,
That's gone right up the top.
Do it again. Hey.
That might be the thing I own that I like the most.
Yeah, one more time. Hey, there you go. Good.
I'm gonna have to. Me and Cass have been talking about wheels, and if there's anything we would specifically like to make sure that he's protected.
Right.
I think that's a bad boy.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
That's it. One last time. Go on, put it there.
Thanks, mate.
That's all right, mate. There you go.
I'll put that with my turtle pin.
There you go. Right.
I love a frog, man. I love frogs. My pocket frog. I'm going to take that on my first day on the bins with me. Keep me company.
Put it in your little pocket.
Yeah.
Put it in your Chatham pocket. And then we're done.
What's that, John? That's my pocket frog.
So, mate, you got all the thanks this week?
I've got all the thanks from last time. Yes, mate. Got thanks to FilmBusters, Ben, to Louis Riehm, Mr. P, Jamie Russell, Soundtrack Your Life, Right Stuff Review, Keith Noakes, WTM, Paul at FilmBusters, Myles, Mike and Oscar, Watch If You Can, MovieDrone Podcast, Karim, Helliwell, Ryan, Emma, Glyn, Gill, LJ Human, Ian, Talk Nerdy to Me, Cassie, Dan Bradley, and Shaun, Panda, Nicholson.
Blimey. There we go. So people
Like the old days, isn't it? Big old list.
It is, yeah. We had a couple of new subscribers on the old YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
One of them, I made it come up. I made the bloke in the office do it.
Oh,
Because he was like, what's a podcast then? I was like, what do you mean, what's a podcast? And he goes, well, you on anywhere? I was like, Spotify not got that. Amazon not got that. Anything? I was like, you know what a YouTube is? Yeah. Right, type this in. I was like, you can be our 9th subscriber.
it was him then.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, don't get too excited. He's
No.
unsubscribed.
I don't get excited.
If he knew how to unsubscribe, he'd have been off by now.
I don't get excited. Absolutely not. So, mate, promo?
Yeah.
Hey there, I'm Eric. And I'm Brett, aka Mr. Positivity Wolfie T. We at WTM Watch This Movie talk about old movies, new movies. We do breakdowns, we do top 5 lists. We also rate movies that we've recently seen on our unique rating system. That's right, we're available on most podcast apps. You can check out our website at WTMWatchThisMovie.com. And you can check us out on Twitter at WatchThis_movie. We'll check you later.
There we go. That's Eric and Wolfie.
Yeah.
We'd still need to have them on to do Greasy Strangler.
We do.
Even though we're not doing... Mark, can I just ask you a question?
Yeah.
Right. Now, have you got Imi's T-shirt on?
Hang on. It's one of these special stretchy ones. He's ridden up my back and it holds my guts in.
I'm sure you put one of the kids' T-shirts
I mean,
on,
in tops, mate, I think whatever I'm wearing, I'm winning. Because you're sitting there looking like you're either a rejected extra off White Men Can't Jump, or you're going to sit there with a can of Stella and go and beat some woman up. So
What? It's just a vest. It's a vest.
it's
vest and
horrific.
shorts. Vest and shorts.
Of all
mate,
the
isn't it?
horrific things, that HUF on the front stands for horrific. Horrific. Fucking awful.
I'll tell you what, you just don't know class when you see it.
No.
Mate.
It used to be white or
What?
that? Slightly off grey.
Vintage, mate, isn't it?
Is it?
Vintage.
Fucking vintage.
Yeah. So anyway, we need to have one to do the Greasy
Yeah,
Strangler.
we do.
But,
They're getting as lazy as we are.
Well, I think that was it, 8th of July they kicked off their Scorsese thing. And someone actually did tweet and said that they recorded this evening, that was one day ago, with Eric and Wolfie. So they've obviously got something coming out. So,
Keep
about
your
as
eyes
regular as us.
peeled.
I think everyone's gone a bit less regular.
Dead, isn't it?
Haven't they?
Dead, I think it was the word you said about. I said today, I don't know if everyone can't be asked, but there ain't a lot coming out when you look through the promos of people. And you went, dead. I think you're right. I look back at like some of the other ones and you think, all them people that used to be about. FilmBusters have kicked off again a little bit, doing like Kiss the movie or something. Yeah. Funny episode that. I enjoyed that. But it's not many of us stalwarts still going, is there, mate?
Stalwarts?
Yeah, they've all dropped off a cliff. Can't handle the pressure.
There's not really any pressure, is it?
No,
You know
it's
what I
not.
mean? It's just
not.
being asked to turn up.
Yeah.
But anyway, so please listen to our friends WTM, watch this movie, and
All the way across the pond.
Yep, keep your eyes peeled for our episode of Greasy Strangler, which we'll bring out at some point. I would have thought in 2025, something like that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Go on then.
Welcome to the Marc reads some film lines in some similar voices, and Steve has to guess the film from the lines read to get points game. Hashtag what's that film?
Now, I call bullshit on this one. So, Gill, let's just say Gill got 5. We know Gill got 5. She said she got it quicker than me. No one would have got it quicker though. I got it quick.
Well, you edited that 2-minute pause out, so.
No, fucking bollocks.
2 minutes that went on for. You was like,
real.
That
was real life, because you actually said I didn't actually beat aroround the bush.
But she got it quicker.
No, she didn't.
Stole
She
your
pretends
thunder.
that she did, but she 100% did. She probably wouldn't have even got it. So, if it weren't for me. So, who got what?
Karim got a 0. He was the Burbs.
Was the Burbs.
Karim got a 0. Letdown, I think he got a 3. I think Letdown, Paul. Glyn got a 5.
How can you get a 0 on the Burbs?
Well, by not getting any of the clues and then not guessing the film at the end.
I'm surprised I got it, to be honest.
Yeah, Glyn got a 5. Gill got a 5. LJ got a 5. Stole your thunder. Myles definitely got a score, I think. And I'm going to say 3. So why not? He's only been in the office next to me the last week to double check that. But, let's say 3.
What?
Or 5, actually. He got 5 quicker than Gill did.
Yeah. Well, everyone was quicker than Gill, just not quicker than me.
Right, okay.
So there we go. So what you got for us this week?
Well, this one, mate, just guess films. It's from a series of films. It's from a series of films, what I'm trying to say. And I ain't got no hope in knowing what one it's from.
Right.
Or any of them are from.
Right.
Can't really stand them. And I can't stand the bitching when I get it mixed up.
Oh, I think I found that's actually from number 2.
Where is it? Whatever. Just tell me a film. Don't care. 5 points. What's that film? I always knew someday you'd come walking back through my door.
Fuck it.
This is in the top 50 ones from it, so you must know it.
Top 50?
Top 50 quotes from these films, yeah. I always knew someday you'd come back walking through my door. Could be a man, could be a woman. Who knows?
I don't know, mate.
No. 4 points. What's the film? They're digging in the wrong place. Guessing that's a fella. Big clue in that one.
Is there?
Yeah.
You know what? I do think that I should have got it. But no, I don't know.
No. 3 points. What's that film? I don't know. I'm making this up as I go. Pretty much what I'm doing, mate. Yes.
Yeah, I should have got it.
Yeah, should have got it.
Yeah, I should have got it on the second one.
Huge clue in the 4th one there.
Is there?
Yeah. 2 points. What's that film? It's not the years, honey. It's the mileage. Big ones, are they? Top 50, would you say?
I mean, I don't know, really. It's gone a bit, I wasn't excited about getting it as the last one. It's gone a bit flat, innit? And I got it, but...
Jill got it on 5, mate. Like that.
I'm sure.
2 milliseconds. This one I'd got, actually. 1 point. What's that film? Snakes! Why did it have to be snakes?
Now I'm thinking of the first clue. I can remember the scene now.
Can you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's from the first one.
Was it a woman or a man?
Woman. Yeah. So there we go.
Cool.
Fucking shit.
Right.
I was at that one. Never mind. If you think you know what it was, and let us know how many you got and what you think it was via DM only, please.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
This is... Well, not only have you done the question this week, but I think you've done one that we've already done. So I think we've already done it before. So that's just how bad it's got. So please, someone, send us in a question.
Yeah.
Where can they send them?
They can send it via Twitter Rooney, which is @movie_drone, or via email on MovieDrone.
Nothing.
Rooney, or whatever. Or email, which is moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Isn't it? So do you want to move on again?
Twitter Rooney's better.
Yeah, not too bad. Do you want to move on?
Yeah.
This is the next section. This is the section that we love to call Question Time.
Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time. Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time.
There we go.
Wondering if I've got the same answers, because it come very easy to answer, and I wonder why. I thought I can do this.
I think you've done it a couple of times.
Have we?
I think so.
Ironic, because Myles said, I've got a question, and said it. I went, nah, we've done that one. How about we do this one?
So go on then, what's your question?
So he has got a good one for next time, though, but I'd already answered it. So, but the question is, what are your top five best / or worst movie accents of all time?
Right. Isn't it weird, right? So I think pretty much all of mine are people attempting to do English accents or English dialect. It's weird how everyone keeps fucking English up. I suppose a lot of people do the American.
I've only got one bad one. I've gone 4 good ones, one bad one.
Did we supposed to do good one?
Well, best / worst.
Right.
So best, good.
Okay. Yeah. All right, okay.
But you stick with your worst ones. I'll bring the positivity, you bring the realism. Let's do it like that, shall we?
Go on then.
So my number 5, mate, Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks. Now, bear with me. Iconic, isn't it? You do that accent, everyone on this planet knows who the fuck you're doing an impression of. And that is good. He created his own character just with an accent in his voice.
Right.
There's nothing more about that character you need other than his voice and that accent.
Do you think so? What area of America accent was it supposed to be? Do you know?
Greenbow, Alabama.
Right, and is it a good accent?
I've been to Greenbow, and it was absolutely bang on, mate. I remember talking to a fella there, thinking, "Fuck me, he got that bang on."
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. My number, whatever it is, five. It's an English accent from an American actor. It's Shia LaBeouf in Nymphomaniac.
Don't think I've ever sat down and watched all of that. But is that part 1, part 2? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I ever sat down and watched all of it.
No, it's quite weird. It's quite weird. He doesn't.
I think I was coming off the back end of Antichrist. That's in that same sort of lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I thought, I can't do that.
Yeah, I need to watch that Lars Van Trier film that we saw. What was it called?
What, Jack?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
how's Jack Bill?
Yeah.
I'll keep watching for a rewatch of that one, but Cassie ain't going to watch it with me.
Right.
So, yeah, can't think why.
Yeah. What's next?
My number 4, mate, Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc.
Oh.
I love that accent.
Do you?
Yeah, I've another one where I just think it's that character, it's done, it's bang, you know it is. Not quite as iconic as Forrest, granted, but beautiful.
My number 4 is it's Barry Keogh's Irish Liverpudlian accent.
Wandered a bit, didn't it?
Ireland to Scouse.
Yeah.
Pretty much every word.
Yeah, it wandered a bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
He's normally pretty solid, isn't he?
Yeah. It must be difficult with. I mean, I know some people find it easier to do accents when they've got a very strong accent as it is. But yeah, I think
we'll talk about a Scouser who does lots of accents later. But there we are. My number 3, mate, Brad Pitt in Snatch.
Right, yeah.
Trying to think of the fella's name.
Mickey, wasn't it?
Mickey, that's it. One Punch Mickey. I kept going, Tommy. Tommy. It's not Tommy. My little head was going. It's not Tommy.
Two Punch Tommy? No, it's One Punch.
One Punch Tommy.
It's it's just fucking mix it all up. Yeah, he's it's good. He's a travelling community.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good that. I do like that.
And I don't think I'd have ever known, but I did because it's Brad Pitt. But you'd think, fucking hell, that's bang on, isn't it?
Yeah. So my number 3, is it? It is Naomi Rapace from Prometheus, where she does her English with a Swedish twang.
Okay.
Yeah.
I suppose it's one of them things. I suppose you can get that twang, can't you, if people are from different... There's some weird people, when they start talking to you and they're English, but they've got a few words that they've picked up, and you think, fuck me, that's strange.
Yeah.
It is strange.
The new Alien film, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Looks quite good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right, my way
Oh,
now.
shit.
My number 2, mate, an underrated performance, I believe, from this gentleman. And it's Leonardo DiCaprio in Blood Diamond.
Right. Okay. Can't say I remember.
He's heavy Rhodesian. That's Jamaican,
isn't
it?
Yeah.
That's Jamaican. I'm not good at accents. I don't want to keep... I can do it. Yeah, but I've got to go through a few connotations before.
Do you know what? Yeah,
I might offend someone.
I do like that. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if someone's ever said.
I've been to Rhodesia, mate, and it's absolutely spot on.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good. What, In Search of Blood Diamonds and stuff?
Yeah, when it was Rhodesia.
Right. Very nice. My number 4, 2, whatever way you want to do it. Charlie Hunnam in Green Street.
Shame that, isn't it? It's a shame.
It was pretty bad. I can't say I've noticed it a lot, but
I couldn't quite work out what was going on, because where is he from? Really, in real life?
I can't remember. But it wasn't a good accent.
No, it weren't. And you think, surely, mate, because it for me, I think I remember it sounding a bit sort of Aussie or Kiwi. I'm thinking, what are you doing? Because I think he's British.
It sounded like he was British doing an accent that was supposed to be doing British.
It was weird. It was still a great film, though. I like it when little Bilbo Baggins goes fighting. He was good. My number 1, mate, most annoying one that's ever graced the face of the planet and still irritates me to the day and has stopped me rewatching this film, Jared Leto in El Scucci. I want to watch that film again. I don't know if I can do it. Irritating little man.
I've been saving this one since Christmas. My number 1 is Rachel Weisz in Fred Claus and her amazing Cockney fucking accent. Rivals Mary Poppins.
Ticket meter or a woman.
God, it
whatever.
was so shit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did they do that? Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. There's certain ones where you just think, why are you doing an accent, isn't there?
Yeah.
And was no one at some point... Do you reckon they get 3 or 4 scenes in filming, realise they've spent maybe like half a meal doing them scenes and have gone, got to fucking stick with it, haven't we? We have got to stick with this. It's bad though, isn't it, John? Do we stick with this or do we reshoot that lot?
It is really bad. I don't know how it actually got past the director and that. Really bad. Moving on.
Yeah.
We saw the first film.
We did, mate. We saw a film. It's currently 5.7 out of 10 on IMDb. It's a 15, 1 hour, 32 minutes. But it was a horror sci-fi thriller with a synopsis of, after raising an unnervingly talented spider in secret, 12-year-old Charlotte must face the facts about her pet and fight for her family's survival when the once charming creature rapidly transformed into a giant flesh-eating monster. I've got no budget on this one, mate, but it says it grossed 2.3 million.
It's directed by Kaya Roach Turner, starring Ryan Corr, Isla Brown, Penelope Mitchell, Robin Nevin, and Noni Hazelhurst.
This is 2024's Sting.
Clip.
You called about the noises in your walls, right?
Oh, no, not me.
You sure about that?
Fun little trailer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fun little trailer. So, mate, what did you think of 2024's Sting?
I'm going to say, mate, it's a very decent throwaway film. I don't know if this was supposed to be anything but a throwaway film. I'm sure it might have meant something to someone. But there's somewhere else where I thought this throwaway film. But I thought it was decent. Characters were great. Really, really liked. Over the top ridiculous. A lot of fun. And it took me back to like 90s creature feature shit, like Gremlins and stuff like that. I really, really enjoyed it.
Did you?
A lot more than I should have done. A lot more than it's got the right to entertain me.
Well, I don't think that many people really have seen it, have we?
No.
Have they? There was a few, weren't there? So we did mention, I think, on the last podcast that we had, there was that Imaginary and there was Abigail and there was Sting. I can't think if there was another one. And there's all these like little throwaway sort of horror films. And this one, I think, sat in the middle for me. I think I liked Abigail a little bit more. I think because it was a little bit more adult, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, but this one, you know, it's quite good, wasn't it? It did certainly have an air of sort of arachnophobia and that to it.
I mean, strangely, Abigail was too good, really. Too good for what it was.
Right.
I think this one, I agree, Abigail was better, but this is better than it should be as well. I think this is too good for what it should be. And I like that.
It's a pity we've not got a budget, because it would be interesting to see what the actual budget was on it.
I'm going to go 4 million.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
So
I don't think it was as cheap as it could have been.
Right. Didn't look cheap, though.
No, it didn't. That's what I'm saying. I think it was a bigger production. But I don't know. This is an Australian film, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be a shame if it lost money, though.
I don't know where it's been released, whether it's sort of working its way round. Who knows?
I mean, it's not going to break any barriers, but I mean, I suppose if you're doing a film about a spider, there's not many sort of places that the spider
It's not any
come.
spider, mate. It is not any spider. It is a space spider.
No. I mean, I suppose you've got like, you can either get the spider from an expedition out in the jungle and it comes back on someone's clothes or something, or in someone's Chatham pocket, or it comes from space.
Which I really liked because it got it away from arachnophobia for me.
Yeah.
I think if you do the expedition thing, it's arachnophobia.
Plus, it didn't take long. So you quickly saw the meteor and then you saw the spider, and it was all in the opening credits.
Yeah, I've got a space spider, mate.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, that was
Strap yourselves in. It's space spider time.
And I think that it's the opening scene, wasn't it, with the woman with the Alzheimer's, which I actually found. I'm pretty sure that was the full way round, wasn't it?
It was.
That was quite clever.
We went back to sort of 3/4 through the film, didn't we? Where the pest control man's going to turn up. I mean, we assume he's dead.
Yeah, but she rings another one. Yeah, and it's like when she keeps hearing stuff in the walls. I actually thought that was quite clever and quite fun. It made me laugh when I saw it, which was quite good straight in the first 10 minutes or so. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah. I mean, I spent probably the first half of the film obsessing over the fact that the main bloke looked like Jason Segel and he must have been his brother or some kind of relation. I was going to go on Ancestry.com, try and find a link there.
I didn't really notice.
Oh, mate, it was driving me nuts. Nothing. Not even born in the same country. No. Couldn't do 5 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon. Nothing. There's no connection there.
Well, they do say, how many people do they say look identical to you in the world? I don't know how many.
Could you imagine?
Is it like 4 or 9 or something? People look absolutely identical.
I don't know. I went to London Zoo. There was 12 of me.
I'll keep pointing out people who look like Lee.
Oh, really?
And I'll keep taking photos of people and sending it to him.
Oh, you'd have been loving up Hyde Park at Robbie then. There was someone.
The photo.
Did you? Did you?
Yeah.
Did you pick it up as well?
What? No, someone sent it to me.
Oh, right.
And I was like...
Oh, that wasn't even discussed. That was only in my head. I thought, blimey, that looks like Lee.
Yeah, no, someone sent me a video.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It weren't. Before he gets a complex and thinks, fuck me, they're always talking about me. I have not discussed this with anyone. Right. I just saw the guy in front of me and thought, blimey, that looks like Lee.
Yeah. No, he'll freak out. I saw someone once who looked like him, a little bit older, at a parking meter, and I had to take a photo and I sent it to him. It looked a bit weird. I was like hiding behind cars, but I could not let it go. I thought to myself, he's going to love this. Turned out he didn't like it at all. Totally out of place joke, that one. But went down as a fine success in my own head. You know what I mean? Don't think he spoke to me for a while. If you ask him about it, he'll freak out again. Fucking hilarious. So I'll have to dig the photo out, stick it on his Facebook or something. But fun game. So you spoke about, did you speak about characters or did you speak about...
I thought all the characters were great in it.
I actually liked. So I didn't mind the girl, which is weird because the kids, I hate the kids.
I know you hate the kids. I thought she was solid.
I thought she was all right, but I liked the dynamic, the fact that they hadn't got a horrible stepdad.
Yeah.
And it was a change to most of it where she's rebelling against her stepfather or whatever.
Yeah. And
I actually quite liked, even though it was obviously a little bit soppy for me, but I quite liked the fact that they had a good relationship and, you know, I suppose it went a little bit awry as the film went. But it came full circle. I quite liked it. It wasn't stereotypical. You don't get many where...
No, I mean, without going too personal, I sort of related to it a little bit because it's like you have the good relationship with the kids and then you think, oh, you can only push it so far and then they bite back a little bit and you think, oh, fucking hell, I'm trying. And it's trying to build that relationship. I mean, they hate me. Let's be honest with you. They fucking hate me. But, you know, I'm trying, and I
don't know, are you?
I'll try.
You have a little cry, do you?
A little cry. Occasionally you think, fuck me, why did I say that or why did I do that? And I very much felt his empathy towards him.
Whenever you feel down, just let me know and I'll send you a picture of old Lee that I found at the parking lot. It cheers you right up. Cheer right up. But yeah, I suppose, you know, I quite liked it. I thought the dynamic was pretty good. As I said, it's a bonus I didn't hate the kid. The cartoons that he was drawing, you know, it was a good link into the story.
Yeah.
And it sort of gave a reason for him to be in the house all the time.
Yeah.
Which was quite good, you know, and I know he was obviously the janitor as well. Quite a few side characters when you actually think about it.
And I quite liked him. I think it took away that almost single location part of it because we was finding ourselves in other people's apartments, and I thought the apartments were done really well. Like the old lady's one was all dark and depressing, and then you got their lighter apartment, and then you got the Italian woman's, I think she was Italian, apartment or Estonian or something along them. Foreign. She was foreign.
Illegal.
Yeah, going through a sort of trauma that she was heading through. And then we had almost like the laboratory one.
Yeah.
With the scientist in there. And I thought actually it mixed it up well around the apartment building. Yeah. Even though we're technically in a single location, we're spending time elsewhere, which I liked.
Yeah. I thought
a lot of ducks.
Yeah, well, it was set in America, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was America, yeah. So it's weird, the Australian film. I thought they might have...
Cold, didn't it? Cold. Yeah, Boston, I'm guessing, somewhere like that.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? Because it was obviously quite an old place, and it had sort of like the old boiler room and stuff like that. You know, they're always good settings, aren't they? When you've got that sort of thing. So yeah,
garbage compactor. Love a garbage compactor.
You do, or you would?
I'd love one because at the moment it's me jumping up and down in the wheelie bin.
They not picked it up. You need to get on the bins. Pick up your own.
I'll sort all that out soon, mate.
Your own. Pick up your own waste, aren't you?
Oh, I know what road I'm prioritising. Just not saying.
And you know, there was a few twists and turns as well with the characters. There was some surprise attacks from the spider on some quite prominent characters.
Yeah, and I think all them side plots needed to be there. I think it stopped it getting too heavy, and actually when you get to know someone and then brown bread, you're like, oh, blimey.
Yeah, I think I did quite well. The Exterminator, let's just go back to the Exterminator. Yeah. So I obviously, as a parallel, you'd think about John Goodman in Arachnophobia. Did I like him? I thought he was a bit OTT. He was probably the only character that I probably could have done with dialing down a bit
much, but I feel like it needed some comedy relief.
Right.
To say, look, we know we got a space spider, mate. We know this in a serious film. We know it's all a bit tongue-in-cheek. Here's a funny man.
But you can do comedy like John Goodman, very dry, and you know, and that was funny, even though he wasn't sort of, you know, like making all these remarks and wise quips and all that. you can do it in a certain way.
It was very Kevin Hart, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I'm just not sure it went with the rest of it.
I
But
get it. I do get it. He was a bit clunky, but I think the character was needed.
yeah, I quite liked it. You know, it certainly was probably one of my favourite scenes. The one where the woman kept hearing things and dialing up exterminators.
Well, I thought they handled that story quite tactfully rather than taking the piss out of her.
Yeah,
because we had them few bits where she was being cared for, and her daughter or niece, or I couldn't quite work out who was the mum out of the two old biddies.
It wasn't the really horrible one, I don't think.
Oh.
The really horrible one, I think, was like an auntie or something.
Right,
I think. Sister, their auntie.
It was something.
The old woman.
It was different, but where she was being cared for, I thought that was quite nice. I particularly enjoyed the parrot getting.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's 'cause you fucking hate birds, isn't it? Bird killer. So the spider.
Yeah,
The star of the
spider.
show. Yeah. I thought that there was only one thing I didn't particularly like about it, which was the whistly bit when they were calling him.
See, I didn't mind that. I don't think.
Right.
I didn't mind that. I mean, yeah, spiders don't whistle.
No, but space spiders do.
And perhaps it could have been done with just a little tap. So she tapped on the pot. It was like, little spider, little spider. And it went back and tapped. I think that could have worked better than a...
Yeah. Well, I didn't... that was the sort of part that I didn't really like, but I liked all the other noises that it made, the noises it made when it was
the audio on the whole film was very good.
Yeah.
I actually rate the audio as one of the better effects. Like, most of the effects were all right.
Yeah.
Some were a little bit...
Do you reckon the CGI? I don't think I really noticed it.
It was final scene for me. I went, ugh, that's a bit ropey. I could forgive it. It weren't like I was ripping. I might prefer to see that sort of attempt at those effects. But I thought audio-wise, it was like you say, that scuttling sound was brilliant.
I thought that was quite good. I quite like that. I mean, it's probably better off that they did CGI in this one rather than trying to do practical effects to a point. I think. I think it was easy enough.
I'm sure there was a bit of practical at the end when it gets skished.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought the CGI was actually handled pretty well.
Yeah.
And like I say, she the young girl was a pretty good actress. I thought. I think she did carry it all
I think the
through.
whole thing, like I say, this is another one. I know I bang on about it, but I'd rather them chuck 20 of these films out than a big blockbuster.
Right.
Because my expectations into this, I know you said, oh, by the way, this is quite good. And I was like, of course it fucking is, Steve. Heard you say that before. But actually, you go in with these lower expectations and you come out and you're like, I really enjoyed that. That was really good. You ain't going to set the bar. Am I going to watch it again? I thought about this, and if it was me, probably not.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think I'd like Emmy to sit down and watch this one, and I can try that.
I think she
I can try that whole reaching out thing, Let's watch a film together, and then she go, "Oh, you're so unfair," and run off. And I think, "Oh, what have I done this time?" But generally, I think I could sit down with her and say, "Let's get some stuff out. We'll sit and watch this," and I think she'd enjoy it. I think it's aimed at a teen horror.
Yes, it wasn't that gory.
No.
There was a few few scenes where it's climbing and that Italian woman and that, but I don't think it was that gory.
No, I would have rejected this one at first look. If I'd have seen the trailer, I'd have gone, nah, not for me, that mate.
Right.
But you said, sit down, watch it. I didn't have anything better to do. That was a remote I had in my hand. Watched it. Cassie didn't want to watch it.
Oh,
she was
really?
like, I'm not watching this.
Really?
Yeah, she was like, I ain't got no interest. It's one of Steve's films, she says. It's one of Steve's films.
It's not very nice.
But within 10 minutes, mate, she was like, can I have a cuddle? And then she came and we sat and watched it.
Oh.
And she enjoyed it.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah.
I'd never judge a book by its cover, namely me.
Yeah.
Not bad all the time.
You do, I mean.
99% of the time.
Gummo. I mean, let's be honest. When I went to stick Gummo on and ended up in the corner watching it on the laptop. So,
That's because you wanted to touch yourself.
There's been times, mate. There's been times where I see all right.
Oh, no, I know. 99% of the time, but there's some just other times when I come good. So I haven't got much more to say about this thing.
No, it's just a nice film. Like some reason it felt a bit retro-y to me, and I felt like I was going back a
Very
little
much
bit.
so, yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. Definitely one I'm pleased to watch. And I've got 72.
Have you? Well, I've got 68, so that's quite good, isn't it? So, that's good. That's good. If you get a chance to watch Sting, everybody, then give it a little go.
Absolutely.
All right, mate.
Yeah.
Second film we watched?
Yeah, mate. We watched a film. There's currently 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. It's a 15 1 hour, 56 minutes billed as a crime drama with a synopsis of: after a chance encounter, headstrong Kathy is drawn to Benny, member of Midwestern motorcycle club The Vandals. As the club transforms into a dangerous underworld of violence, Benny must choose between Kathy and his loyalty to the club. Again, I've got no budget, but I've got a gross of 32.5 million. Ain't done too shabby, is it?
Budget was between 30 and 40.
Okay, it's doing all right.
Directed by Jeff Nichols, starring Jodie Comer, Austin Butler, Tom Hardy, Michael Shannon, Mike Feist and Norman Reedus.
Is she a curry then?
Who?
Jodie Comer. Not Jodie Comer, no. She's a curry. All right, this is 2023's The Bikeriders.
I swear my glasses, they're just a bit screwed up. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Clip.
I've been thinking, I can't run this club forever. I built this for nothing. This is our family. You and me, kid.
From the beginning?
Yes, please.
It was the golden age of bike riders. And I never felt so out of place in all my life. That's when I saw him for the first time. It took my breath away.
I'm Benny.
Here we go. There we go. Mate, what did you think of? I'll tell you what this film's been quoted as by some people. Goodfellas on Harleys.
Yeah, it's not. It's not, but this has been a bit divisive in the Stell Fox Burton household, mate.
Has it?
It has been a bit divisive, but here we go. So it was not what I was expecting for some reason. I was expecting Goodfellas on motorcycles. I mean, genuinely, I didn't know the backstory. I only had what I'd seen on the trailer to go by. I expected something, a lot more action, a lot more sort of retribution. And this is where we might disagree here, but I think we got an honest telling of a story that didn't sensationalise or go too far. A little bit dull, not going to lie, but a hangout movie, and I liked it. I got to the end and thought, she was like, well, that didn't do nothing, was a sack of shit. And I was like, for some reason I liked it. I was quite happy hanging out with them. I had 2 hours hanging out, not a lot happened. It was well done. I like the people. Winner.
Yeah, so the Roberts household are pretty much on the Burton side.
All right, okay.
We didn't think that it was great at all. I mean, I suppose when you're looking at a decade of a motorcycle club in sort of 2 hours, there's a lot that you miss. And yeah, you know, I don't know a lot about the story. I do obviously have... I don't really know a lot about motorcycling, motorcycle gangs and clubs and all that, you know, surprising.
Yeah,
isn't it?
shocker.
You know what I mean? It is a shocker. But, you know, from what you hear... and from what you read or whatever, you get this impression, you know, like Hell's Angels and stuff, and you think it's going to be a film about that sort of depravity and what goes on in them. And, you know, that's what you go in expecting, I suppose, when you hear a film about motorcycle clubs. So I suppose, you know, it was a little bit of a letdown that it wasn't that. But it's not the only thing. You know, there are other things that I could have enjoyed it a lot more.
Yeah.
But there are other things that I thought were pretty bad with it.
All right, well, I thought this is what I think. I think these motorcycle club things rely on this reputation. And that's why I like this, the honesty. I don't think any of them were much, but it's numbers, isn't it? And I think that's what a motorcycle club is. It's all your mates, it's the numbers, it's the people backing you up. So although none of them were that special, you didn't have like a top boy who could one-punch Mickey, could take anyone out. He was a little bit fat, little bit, you know, couldn't really do a lot, knuckle dragging. But actually, it's having all your mates behind you. And I think that's the thing of a motorcycle club that gives them their reputation, because it's a gang, isn't it? It's gangs of numbers.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that if the gang doesn't do anything, then, you know, how interesting can it be?
Well, you walk around looking sultry.
Well, you know, it's like, you know, you might as well make a film about Cub Scouts. Do you know what I mean? I mean, they're a gang.
Vicious little bastards.
But they just, like, sit and, you know, still sit on the floor and well, do nothing.
Yeah.
And so, you know, how boring that'd be watching 2 hour film about.
Someone to do a film of it, mate.
Will they?
Yeah.
But the main problem for me was the chemistry between all of them. I.e., I thought there was zero. So obviously the main part of the film was Austin Butler and his passion for the motorcycle club and wanting to be the sort of the nutter and in there, and the whole story about Jodie Comer's character falling in love with him and their passionate affair and her trying to get him. There was no chemistry between either of them at all. Absolutely zero. I got no feeling that he was into her at all. Not to a point that he would have even stopped to look at her sideways if he was riding his motorcycle.
I've got to agree to a point. I think for me, I've got Austin Butler. The character was great, but I don't think he suited the role at all. And I think he was the issue. I
think he suited the bit where he was being a nut job. I could believe that. Right. Like when he was sitting there doing that, I could believe that. And sort of when he was being when he was actually part of the gang and doing what we expected the gang to do. But when he was with her, I just got no feeling whatsoever that he would ever give up his main passion for her. Never.
We didn't spend much time in the relationship though, did we? We got to the point where they had met and had that little flirtatious bit, and then 3 weeks later we were married.
Yeah.
And that was the relationship sort of settled in, wasn't it?
I just didn't buy it. I did not buy it.
For him, Jodie Comer I think's amazing. She's Scouse. She fucking Scouse. She can play anything. She doesn't kill anything. She does all sorts of accents.
Let's just talk. We can talk about it because I actually found all the accents in it annoying.
Right.
And obviously I don't know.
Sorry to anyone who comes from that area.
There was this little phrase that she said at the end. You know when we talk about, see, that sort of thing?
See?
She had a little phrase that she said at the end of almost every other sentence.
Yeah.
And after I'd heard it for about the first 10 minutes, about 40 times, it started to piss me off when I was expecting her to say it, and she did. But anyway, so I wasn't sure whether it was good impression or not. So I had a look.
It was really good.
Apparently it was absolutely amazing. She
is incredible with
She had about 30 minutes of audio footage from the real woman that she was portraying, and she copied it, and apparently everyone's saying it was fantastic, so all kudos to her for that. But I would have struggled spending the rest of my life with someone
don't get me wrong,
like that.
Grating. I do agree. But she was incredible. Tom Hardy, let's go back Austin Butler. I really like the character, but he's one of them characters I didn't get the payoff until literally the last 5 minutes. All the payoff in that character to me was the last 5 minutes, which I'm glad came because it made the character human, which I liked. Tom Hardy's character I thought was great. I
liked him. I thought
complicated.
He was the best one.
He was like this pensive man who was in over his head. Suddenly this thing has run away. He could look after himself, but nothing ridiculous. He could do enough, but I think he thought, fuck. I don't really know. He was just backed by many people.
It was the sort of standout. I did like Tom Hardy's performance. I'd get where you're coming from, where it was like this little club and it was sort of running away, but it sort of brings me to the point of there was scenes where, when they burnt the bar down and they were all standing there and the police and that wouldn't go, and he said, it's because they're scared of us. I couldn't believe that because they weren't 100 strong. There was still only X amount of them, you know what I mean? Whenever you saw them, you only saw about 10 of them when they were riding. There's no way that, it was unbelievable that they thought that they were untouchable
I don't know whether it was meant that way or meant that there's so many of them around the country, they didn't want the repercussions, so they've been told not to piss them off because they don't want
but
all the other chapters
was
created.
This a stage when they had a lot of chapters? I can't remember. Because it was dragged over this 2 years, and I thought it was before they sort of started mentioning that there was chapters all over the country.
It could have been, mate. I could have misunderstood it.
That's why I was thinking, no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't just stand there watching you set light to something. There's only 10 of you, and most of them were morons. There weren't a brain cell between.
Michael Shannon was great.
He was good,
his dialogue was brilliant, but I agree, a lot of them were just. That's what I say. It's just numbers. I think it was
also pretty much pussies. Really.
Yeah.
They didn't really get, you can't tell me that the police and all that were scared of any more than two of them.
No.
You know what I mean?
I do agree. But I think there were some great scenes in it. This is one where I got to the end and I started listing the scenes I really liked. And I was like, actually more happened than I gave it credit for.
Right.
Because I really, scenes that didn't need to do a lot. You had the funeral scene.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really well done and showed like that brotherhood, but also it wasn't necessarily the popular thing in their house. Maybe some jealousy that they spent all their time there rather than with their family.
Yeah, I couldn't understand the disdain that they had for the motorcycle gang.
Yeah,
I
suppose these people didn't. The good, well-to-do families don't want to be associated with that reputation, do they?
Yeah, I suppose again, they did, but this is where I'm coming from. I didn't really see them do anything. It's not like they were dealing drugs or they were beating everyone up all the time, or you didn't see them do the bad things that you expect from.
I suppose this was
the previous story.
This was the origin story, though, wasn't it? This is what happened after the film finished. I think was where probably most of their reputation.
Yeah, of course. But that's what I'm saying. I don't understand what the disdain at that level, at that point in time, was against the motorcycle club.
Yeah, no, I do get it. I mean, we had the kids wanting to join.
It's just like your mates, isn't it? It's like someone pissing, getting
women
pissed
don't
off.
like us having mates, mate. We don't like it. They don't like none of that stuff. But yeah, the kids wanting to join, and they're like, "Yeah, leave your mates there."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah," but I thought that was that showed all that brotherhood thing.
Yeah, I did.
The attempted abduction, which was horrific.
Yeah.
25, 30 seconds. I felt really tense while that was happening.
Yeah.
And that kept looking up to that stairwell.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck me. But I think the best scene for me was a failed handover. And I couldn't work out where he was almost like, "Hey kid, this club's going to be yours." Like expecting a big ovation. And he's like, "Yeah, no, I want it." And I couldn't work out whether he was basically saying, "I'm over me head, mate, I want out." And he's trying to stitch him up with it, or whether he actually felt like a father figure to him and he felt it was a big deal. But their dynamic certainly changed after that point.
Yeah. Again, I struggled with the chemistry between Austin Butler and Tom Hardy as well. I think it's you're probably right. It's probably Austin Butler's performance more than Tom Hardy's, but I did struggle with that.
It might have been written that way. It might have been that Tom Hardy was supposed to be more fond of him than him, and he was more nonchalant. But Tom Hardy certainly had the connection with him, and it was like whether he was trying to pass his legacy on or stitch him up. But Austin Butler was a bit nonchalant, fly by night.
Yeah. I liked the when they all turned up on the bikes and you have that like rumble and all that. I did like that. That's what you expect from a motorcycle gang when they.
None of them amazing though, were they?
In what
it weren't
respect?
like the. I mean, I don't know a huge amount about motorcycles, but they was all mishmash. They were all talking about. They was all proper bikers. Like I built this, I extended the carb, and I put new piston crank rings on that were 40 mils and stuff, and they was all a bit bitzer.
Yeah, as you said, I think it was like more origin though. Before there was a lot of choppers and stuff.
Again,
like
authentic, that. I think.
Yeah. And the ending was a bit telegraphed. I saw it come in.
Yeah.
And I suppose it all ended with a bit of a whimper.
If that's the story, that's the story. This is the issue we've had before.
But I expected, I don't really know. I just thought that it happened, and there's no one batted an eyelid. No one jumped up to help Tom Hardy or tried to do anything. I would
have drove the fucking car at the little
said to Jill, I'd run him over.
Yeah,
but and that's why I suppose
that shows their gutless thing. Where actually, if you're not in your big numbers with all your big mates around you.
And they ended up riding with him and that. That's why I didn't really like many of the sort of biker characters. I liked Tom Hardy. Probably, I think his right-hand man I didn't think was right. Norman Reedus, who came from California, I thought he was quite good. But the story didn't go anywhere though, did it?
No, he was quite, when he said I was here to sort out your man because he hadn't turned in his colours. I'm like, it felt a bit tense. I quite like that.
But only for like 30 seconds and then...
What did you think of the storytelling? Do you think it's like, we got this journalist turns up and I'll travel with him and now we're doing this interview again. I've seen it 1,000 times and it worked, but do you think it's a bit lazy?
I don't know. There was no real payoff to it, was there?
No.
Really? I mean, it It was an easy way to do it. I suppose this is why it wasn't what I expected, because it was told in all these flashbacks that went back. Chronologically, it was difficult to follow.
Yeah.
You didn't know how long it was. I was surprised to see in the synopsis that it was over a decade.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had it over a decade.
No.
I can't really put because I don't know enough about it. I couldn't really put whether or tell you whether they were aging the scenery or the bikes or the clothes or anything to the years as it went through. It all looked the same year to me. It didn't look like it moved along.
I thought they aged it well. It looked very nicely of age, and I love the lenses and the filters.
But do you think it changed from like an 8 or whatever, a 70s to a 60 or 60s to a 70s or an 80s to a 90s? You
weren't
expect
alive
to see.
back then to know the...
No, that's what I mean, I suppose.
I've got no real reference material for that decade.
No, it's a difficult one, isn't it? To actually, I suppose if you were more into it, you might have noticed that the bikes had changed and moved along.
Possibly.
And stuff.
I mean, I think the biggest letdown for me through it, I expected a better soundtrack.
Right. It could have had a good soundtrack.
I think it should have had a really good soundtrack, and for some reason it just farted, whimpered, and a couple come on that were average, and I was like, oh, I expected better.
Yeah, a bit of a shame, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I ain't got much more to say about that, have you?
No, like I said, kudos from me just for keeping it with that authentic feel, and it's one I probably liked a lot more than other people have. I've got it just above Sting, mate. I've got it at 73.
Yeah. I've got 53.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was very, very average. I could think of a lot of other films in that sort of style that I'll probably watch again. So talking about films that you've watched, you watched anything else?
Couple.
Right.
Couple. Only one really of anything is Strangers, Chapter 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
Was it?
Yeah, it was all right.
I've seen it. Yeah, but it wasn't an origin story, really, was it? It was just a Strangers thing.
It was the same film.
What's the point? Do you know they're doing another one, I think?
Oh, yeah, Chapter 2.
Yeah, I know, but they thought, it was the same as Strangers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly the same. It was a con job.
It wasted 90 minutes.
It was a con job. Oh, this is the origin story and all that. No, it weren't.
But I watched Philadelphia as well. It's quite, I mean, not funny because of the theme of it, but I come home from work and she had just started it and I went, oh, that's a good film. When is it? I was like, yeah, have you not seen it? No, I've not seen it. And then getting to the end, she's sniffling, going, well, that was a depressing film, wasn't it? And I was like, what did you expect over the 2 hours of watching it, where we've got like a guy with AIDS suing his company and everyone abandoning him, slowly declining of AIDS throughout the film? What did you think the end was going to be, just out of interest? Oh, it's a fucking great film. Weren't a cheery story, though.
No.
But yeah, good. Forgot how good that was, actually. Good Denzel performance.
It was. I watched a couple of war films, The Thin Red Line.
Okay.
Hamburger Hill.
Right.
They're showing a bit of age now. I know they're obviously set back in the Vietnam War, etc. But yeah, no, they're all right. I still quite like them. I watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and I'm not a great fan of them. I really want to like them more. I like the first one, but I've only sort of trying to get up to speed for the new one.
I can't help but feel it missed its opportunity because there's been a big gap, hasn't there?
Yeah, it's clever, but yeah, I'm just not really getting into them. I watched Furiosa,
right?
Which is, it's not as good as Mad Max. I didn't hate it. Chris Hemsworth's performance annoyed me for about half an hour, and then I sort of it grew on me,
right.
Which was thingy. And it is 2 hours of pretty much the same stuff. It's not fantastic, but it's worth watching.
I think it's one you got to see at the cinema to fully appreciate it.
No, I'd have been a bit gutted, I think, if I'd seen it at the cinema. But I saw, is it called In a Violent Nature or A Violent Nature? You know that?
I think it's called In a Violent Nature, I believe.
So that's quite a weird one because it was supposed to be, or it said it was from the killer's perspective. Mm-hmm. So I did expect everything to be from the killer's perspective. I've seen a lot of people saying it's really boring because all he does is walk around. But it's really weird. You do follow him as he walks around, but then it goes to different camera angles. So it's not all from the killer's perspective. So it makes me wonder why they didn't go all in, and just make the area of filming a lot less, so he didn't have to walk around as much.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't get the boring.
It's a very
parts.
interesting notion, isn't it, to do that?
Yeah, but they don't really, you know.
Don't do it enough.
No, so they have like campfire stories, and they don't have it from his perspective, looking from behind a tree or something. They actually have it just like a normal sort of campfire scene, and there's certain bits that they do from. So they don't commit 100%, and I think that's the problem.
I mean, that's not an awful lot different stuff like Halloween, is it?
No,
When
not
you
really.
get some of the scenes
Not
from
really.
him.
No, you do just follow the but even when you're following the killer, the serial killer guy, it cuts. So like he'll be walking and all of a sudden it cuts, so you can see the cut.
Right.
So I obviously realise that he's too far away from where they want him to go, and there's a cut in the middle, and you think, well, why not just shorten that? You know, shorten that distance and leave it all in one take. So it's very weird. There's a couple of extremely good kill scenes in it. I sent you, I think a thing saying
42 minutes.
Yeah, you should watch this, where he does sort of some girl and bends her right up and pulls her back for her own stomach and stuff like that. You know, it very, very over the top, but for sort of gorehounds like us, it's worth a watch once just to see those couple of things. But yeah, they didn't commit and go balls deep. So
I'll give it a
they
watch.
should have done. Yeah, you know, I think they should have done it all from that. But you know, never mind. So there we go, mate. There we go. I'm about done, I think.
Yeah, me too.
How about you?
Yeah.
We obviously don't know what we're doing next time or when we're doing it. You know, I'm creating a banana empire.
Yeah.
So that's that's what I'm doing
So
at the
that
moment.
M&S have got all their bananas.
I wish. And you're I think you were going away and all that, and you're
Going
saying?
away, I go. Yeah, I think I'll fly away middle of August sometime.
Right. There we go. So we'll have to see when we get another one.
See
in.
when we get another one in.
But you know, there we go.
And I'll be on the bins.
Yeah, if you need your bins clean, you know where to get him.
Yeah.
Let's come back out again, mate. That t-shirt shrunk again. Fuck me. Yeah, I say you need to get your beach body done there in the next 2 weeks.
Did you ever watch Love Island?
I've tried not to. No.
Was it? I don't know whether it was Love Island. There's a bloke called Kem. This is the Kem Primark collection. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think he's a fat twat though, is he?
I don't know, mate. It's just a t-shirt that
I
fitted.
think you need to get your beach body
fitted
going.
nicely before it went in the wash.
For those hamburgers.
Yeah.
So then, mate, you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Right.
Yeah.
Say goodbye then, Mark.
Goodbye then, Mark.
See you later, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Went past a shop earlier, mate. It was weird. They was selling, right, loads of calculators without the plus button on them.
No.
Yeah, it just didn't add up. It's the best I could do.
What, in all that time?
In all that time. Well, I say didn't start my notes till like a day ago.